Hey there, welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. I hope you all are well today. So today we're doing an overall life reading. We're going to tap into each and every area, as many areas as this reading will allow us to. We're going to tap into it for you. I did lay my spread and I clarified the spread for the sake of time. I am actually going to take a picture and I will put this at the beginning right here. This is what the overall spread looks like. And so it's delving into each area of life for you right now. I did cleanse my area, I set my spread. And so I set the tone, asking Spirit to come in and help with the information around this reading, bringing in all kinds of information as much as possible to bring clarity for you right now. And so, like, share, comment, subscribe if you have not. Feel free to hit the bell if you subscribe. Make sure that you are notified if we go live in the future. And so, I am going to go ahead and start off by giving just a general overview of each area right now. And so, right now, overall, what life is presenting right now is the world. And the world card is all about this energy of things ending and starting new things. You can also associate that with the energy of a graduation, like having, passed some major tests, like you've come to the end of one part of your journey, one huge part of your journey as you delve into the next, right? And so this is like a major accomplishment that you've reached right now in this point in life. This is the whole basis of the energy of the reading. There are many endings happening as many new beginnings are taking off at the same time. Okay, with love, we have the Hanged Man. And I do feel like there are some things that are placed on hold as it pertains to love. Hangman does talk about kind of being tied up in some type of way or held up, to take a look at some things possibly a little bit more closely before you delve into that area, just to make sure that you have clarity on what it is that you're moving into, what it is that you want. Get clarity on some of the lessons that's learned from the past before you move forward. As we look at your work, we have the Judgment coming in here. And Judgment gives the energy of possibly having some things maybe coming back around, some lessons coming back around, things being resurrected from the past, coming back around, having a chance to readdress them, or maybe even clarify some things, to put it down once and for all. It feels like there's something that's coming back around as it pertains to work for you at this point in life. And then we'll take a look at everything in light of the Hierophant. That seems to be the central theme of what's happening for you right now. And that means that there are definitely like spiritual themes that are very relevant right now, that may be tied to your values, traditional systems, ways of practicing what it is that you value, what it is that you believe. There's something about spiritual values being at the heart of everything, tying everything together right now. Also, maybe even for some, getting some type of assistance or some type of guidance from someone who's lived a bit longer, who's trusted, who has a bit of wisdom or knowledge that they can offer. It could come through you seeking that kind of guidance or mentorship as well. For some of you, this could tie you into a major connection with some type of institution right now in your life. It could be like a school that you are, everything is centered around this, your education right now, or it could be centered around your religious practice, or it could be centered around some type of community base, right? But there's something about your traditional value system being at the heart of everything that's unfolding for you right now in life. Now, when we look at the immediate future for you, we got the tower. And so there could be things that are being undone. This is a major point in life where there are things that are being undone and possibly providing space for rebuilding, restructuring, and reformatting things that may have been in place for a long time. And it's something that's happening suddenly. So there's some things that may happen without notice here as we move forward pretty immediately. And this could be happening even right now as we're talking. There could be some things that are changing in a major way that you didn't expect to come in like a wrecking ball, you know. In the long run, though, the tower usually presents an opportunity to actually end in a really good space. And so don't be afraid of the tower energy. Many times that comes in to correct things so that the ending can be assured and enjoyable. And it doesn't always mean it's a bad thing. It just means that changes are happening unannounced. It could definitely be good things as well. Now, when we look at your desires, your wishes right now, the chariot comes out here. And the chariot is talking about being self-empowered in a way to be able to move and go and do what it is that you need to do or you feel like you want to do, because we're talking about wishes. And so there's something around being self-empowered, maybe even standing in this energy of independence and some level of sovereignty over your life. That's what is being desired right now. More of that. And if you haven't yet experienced that, it's being able to stand in that and experience that right now. And as we take a look at the future, just in general, the sun comes out. And so as you move forward, there is the assuredness that you will land in a place that's going to be very fulfilling, that's going to offer long-term happiness and joy that may in fact have to do with family and, you know, the growth of your family, the expansion of family, just all kinds of fulfillment. And so we're going to take a look at a couple of these energies in depth. And we're going to start off with our the first energy that came out. Let's take a look here, which was the world card. Many endings. And I'm seeing someone kind of walking away, but walking away towards something that is going to actually offer more freedom, offer more room for expansion and growth and learning and experiences. There's some expansion that's happening overall in life for you right now. That seems like that's going to be kind of like the major theme of life for you right now as you move forward. That's the present experience that we're having here. And it's coming through. Let me see, give me 1 second. It's coming through life experiences right now. Hold on 1 second. And so as far as the life experiences goes, the cards that came out here for what you're experiencing right now in life could be, we have the Ten of Swords here. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Two of Swords. And then we have the Nine of Swords. Lots of thinking energy right now. And so This may be a difficult time where you find yourself just really overthinking pretty much everything. And you may even find yourself in this moment moving away from things that don't feel comfortable, and ending things that cause some kind of emotional or mental conflict. You may be ending relationships or jobs. You may be ending, anything that creates a level of distrust, a level of conflict, or some type of situation that needs to be handled. Right. I'm seeing you moving away from those things right now and closing those things out, making difficult decisions. These may be closing out things that have proven to be, very important to you. And I do see a lot of stress around that with the Nine of Swords around making these decisions, and the Two of Swords as well. But I also hear, Spirit saying, being that this is all about the world, that means that it's time for this to happen. These may even be things that have been long coming to an end. And it may be things that have just been rolling on its last wheel, just barely dragging along. These things, whether you ended them or whether they ended themselves, will probably we're going to be coming to an end regardless of whether you ended them or not. And so you moving away at any site of this conflict is something that you are more than likely helping to come to pass for yourself. You're helping yourself through this, maybe even to get through it a lot faster. I do see difficult decisions with the Two of Swords, dilemmas, maybe even having to make choices between things that have similar value and benefits, having to choose one or the other, and really stressing about it. Possibly having some sleepless nights around this time, um, having to dig deep and really decide what is actually going to be good for you, right? And this may even be making you a little bit uncomfortable, especially if you've been used to rationalizing, you know, whether or not you should be choosing things that are in your benefit or are in your favor. Maybe you're someone who's used to considering others before yourself, or this is a time where that's changing. And it's a difficult process, but it's definitely changing. And once you get through this change of that shift from doing things a certain way, choosing others or considering others over yours, it feels difficult going through the change. But once you make that change, you'll look back and you'll wonder why you didn't make that change sooner. And so I do feel like there are definite endings coming, right? And one thing to understand is not to over exaggerate this, right? Because again, as I was saying, it feels like these are things that were going to happen anyway. The Ten of Swords is at the top of this spread, which says that things have reached probably like the rock bottom, like there's nowhere else to go but up. And so these are things that needed to be changed. There's nowhere else to go but through this change. And so as difficult as it may feel, I feel like you'll be moving from chaotic energy over to more peaceful energies during this time. It may feel chaotic, but breathe through it. When you reach the other side, it's going to be worth it. Okay. Definitely going to be worth it. When we look at the Hangman in regards to love for you, love being kind of at this holding position for you. The cards that we have out here for love was the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the King of Cups, right? And so the Ten of Pentacles shows a lot of potential, a lot of value when it comes to love. The Ten of Pentacles says that there is not only possible love, but there may even be some connection with business, or some connection with something that's going to add to the value, or your, what do they call that? To your, the value of life. When we look at what you're worth, your net worth, that's what I was thinking of. It's something that is pertaining to love that's also connected with raising the value of your net worth, right? Because the Ten of Pentacles not only talks about family, but it also signifies finances, stability when it comes to home and family security and property. All of these things are associated with love for you in some type of way. Increase in material possessions, or reaching like a fulfillment of those things as it pertains to love. There could be some association with love and bringing in a lot of wealth right now. As I'm looking at this chest with just money flowing out of it, it's overflowing with money. And so there's something about love for you that starts off here. It's on hold right now, but when you reach the fulfillment, when this comes in, it's going to be rather abundant, whatever this is as it pertains to love. And there's going to be a lot of satisfaction around this, and a lot of security as well, not only for you, but also something that you can pass on and actually plan towards your future and your legacy as well. There's something about building towards the future when it comes to love. Even though it's on hold right now, I feel like there is some type of major abundance in love that's heading towards you. The Knight of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the King of Cups also provides the energy of being very excited about this, being ready to move forward towards this. And whatever this is, whoever this is, if you are someone that's waiting for love to come in, this is talking about a soul level connection when it comes to love. This is someone that's going to see eye to eye with you. It's going to be someone who is connected at a soul level. It's a deep soul level connection. The Two of Cups. So much so that you may be so connected with this person. You may come to a point where you all know each other so well that you may even finish each other's sentences, right? There's some deeper connection past physical connection. It's almost like you're going to become one, right? That's how close you're going to be to this person. And it's definitely going to be commitment, secure, very valuable energy with the King of Cups here. This is like someone who is dependable, and someone who is kind, generous, who's loving, who prefers, right? And so this is a perfect energy that's coming towards you. But there's something about it being on hold right now. So there's something happening. Possibly Spirit is working something out for you right now as it pertains to love. But whenever that is released, right, it's not going to be disappointing at all. I do feel like this is going to be more than you're expecting. And so that's what I'm seeing in regards to love. It's actually coming through rather brightly. I like this energy. I like this energy. It's not going to disappoint. I'll tell you that. And then as we look at work for you, we have the Judgment card for work. And as I stated before, I do feel like when it comes to work, there's something that's coming back around. Something coming back around, because when we look at the Judgment talks about the energy of karma, and having something come back around, something that we sent out or experienced at one point in time coming back around, or even the energy of being able to reap what you have sown, right? So there's something in regards to work that talks about your efforts that you put in and something coming back around that's being rewarded. Yeah, something may be being renewed or revived at work in regards to work or coming back to life. You may even be making some type of new move or new start. And this might be your sign to start planning that new start that's coming towards you. I do feel like if you are not starting a new job, there's going to be some type of renewal or rejuvenation that you're going to be feeling when it comes to work, when it comes to health. And this is coming through with a sense of happiness. And so, along with that, what I got was the Knight of Swords. So, clarity around that may be coming through here, because the Knight of Swords comes offering truth. The Knight of Swords comes offering clarity and offering a direction towards what it is that's desired. Yeah. And so I do feel like there's going to be a change. If it has not already begun, there's a change that's happening when it comes to work, and it's a good change. This change comes to make sure that you are compensated for all that you've done this far. If you have been waiting to be recognized or to be appreciated, this judgment says that you will receive that. So don't give up. Don't resort to some type of behavior that will say that you don't trust that you're going to be compensated. Like, stay strong, continue working, continue putting in the effort that you've been putting in thus far. It is coming for you. The reward is coming. Now, beneath the Knight of Swords, bringing in this clarity, it's all about the King of Pentacles, which is definitely abundant energy. When I think of the King of Pentacles, I think of a wealthy person, a wealthy man, or a wealthy masculine energy, someone who is very much able to handle what they've been given very well. He's able to manage it and guard it and protect it and keep it and utilize it very well. So we have the King of Pentacles coming out here underneath the Knight of Swords. We also have the Ace of Pentacles. It's hard to pick these cards up with my nails. So there's something being uncovered here. There's some opportunity. If it's not like a new job, which it could be a new job that's actually going to pay off in the way that you've been waiting for. Maybe it's going to pay more than you even expected, right? But if it's not a new job, it could be a new opportunity within the place where you are now. It could be a raise or some type of increase in what you're receiving for what you do. That's going to add on to your wealth. Okay. And then we also have the Five of Cups coming in here. I do feel like this will possibly necessitate walking away, possibly from a current job, something that you've been used to or you're connected with, you love possibly, or it has provided something very faithfully. This says that it may be difficult to walk away from this, but if you're able to come to that realization, there's something about a realization coming in with the judgment, like an aha moment, where you may end up asking yourself, why didn't I do this long time ago? Right? But the act of it may be difficult. The act of leaving behind where you've been for a long time, or having to let go of something that you're used to. There's some clarity coming in about this change. And it's a good change. The King of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles is almost like if there were a job that you were at, and it was like, okay, so you've reached the max amount that you're able to make at this job. There's no room for advancement. This is opening up that ceiling so that you can advance. However that comes through. It could be a new job. It could be moving to a new position, a new location. There's something being uncovered that opens up this opportunity for you with your job. Okay. That announcement is coming in for work for you. And so get ready. Good things coming in regards to work. And just to take a deeper look at this central energy coming in for you through the Hierophant. Okay. This is almost like everything happening right now is happening through the scope of this very spiritual energy. Because as I said, the Hierophant many times is talking about either, if we're talking about a place that's very central to your life right now, we could be talking about a building where you're doing some type of learning. We could be talking about a religious building. We could be talking about like something work related, like government, a community structure of some kind. There's something that's very pivotal in the center of your existence right now that's affecting everything. And if it's not a building or a place, it could be a person that comes in and offers guidance that leads you to help you see things clearly and make good decisions. And at the top of that list is your connection with your spiritual source, however you see that. But there's some central theme that is connected to every area of life for you right now, and it's coming through the Hierophant. And whatever this is bringing in the energy of guidance, of instruction for you. That's helping you to stay true to your values and your morals, and to align yourself with your ethics, to stand for what it is that you believe in. And to really stay connected to your purpose, right? Or to find deeper meaning in life. And this is like the thing that will help you to stay connected and possibly even have ways to explore what that is, what it is that you believe when it comes to your spiritual disposition. This is what will come in and keep you grounded to something, right? When everything else is going crazy. And I do see there could be some crazy energies like this mental energy around changes that are happening right now. The 10 of Swords, the 6 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords. This is just life in general. There's a lot of changes being made, a lot of things that are closing out, major changes, right, with the world. And so it's the Hierophant. It's this energy that keeps you grounded in the midst of all this change, because amongst all the change that's happening around you, this is the one thing that stays the same. So there's some spiritual core that's very important right now. Like you may find yourself praying more than ever right now. You may find yourself asking, reaching out, to your spiritual mentors, or I don't know if it would be like a priest or a pastor or maybe a mother. I don't know. Whatever that is for you, I see a very strong connection right now. Yeah, which is good. That's very good energy. That's really at the heart of everything. That's really keeping everything together right now. And so I would say that that is beautiful. And so that's what we need, to continue to stand and to be consistent, right, with the change of everything happening. If there's anything that is unavoidable, it's going to be change, right? And unfortunately, there are many things in life that we sometimes don't have any power over. But one thing we do have the ability to sustain is like ourselves, this sense of groundedness that we can choose to stand in, and our central you know, values and the core of who we are, we can stand in that. And so that's what I'm seeing that's very strong right now for you. Now, when I do look at the immediate future, I'm seeing the tower, which is talking about what we just talked about, something that comes in unexpected, something that comes in unexpected and changes things. And it doesn't always have to be bad. It could be a good surprise, right? It could be something that you just weren't expecting to come right here, right now. Like it could be that job, right? That just pops up and you're like, what? I should have been did that. Why didn't I do that? Or it could be, you know, a love that you've been waiting for that just pops up, or someone that you have been considering, you know, a close friend that you've known for 10 or 20 years, all of a sudden comes out and says, you know what, I'm in love with you and I want to take care of you for the rest, you know, just stuff like that, that just blows your wig back. And you're like, what? So it could be something good. It doesn't always have to be something bad. The tower represents something coming into being right now. This is the immediate future. And so there's something unexpected that's about to take place. And so as we look around, let me see, it could show up as like these changes happening, these closed doors that are happening, the jobs, this change in your love situation that's going to just blow your socks off, right? It could be that too. And so I'm seeing lots of things here, lots of things. But it says that there is some change that is about to take place. For some of you, this could be happening right now as we are speaking. Now, on the other note, when we talk about the tower, we're talking about things collapsing, but with good reason. As you can see, the tower is all about this large structure that is breaking and it's crumbling. And it's crumbling because there's something about the foundation that was faulty, which is saying that sooner or later, when the right storm comes along or the right element to shake it just strong enough that it's going to fall. So there's something that may be being deconstructed, something that may have been built on illusions or even false beliefs is now coming to an end. It's coming to an end. This is this world card, okay? And so the good thing about that is that there is an end to the illusion. And now we have this ability to see things for what they are, to see the truth for what it is. And now that we can see the truth, now we can start building on that truth, on that solid foundation. The tower isn't an easy card, right? It's not easy to deal with because it's something that happens unexpected. It's something that happens all of a sudden, and it may bring a sudden energy of chaos, right? This sword, I don't know what this sword represents, but there's something in life right now that if it hasn't happened yet, it's going to be a heavy hitter, right? The Ten of Swords is one of the most difficult cards in the tarot deck. It says that you've reached the bottom of the barrel and it's like you're on your last leg. You don't have any legs left, right? It's done, right? So I don't know what that represents, but it can be difficult and it could land you in a place of just worry, not getting a lot of sleep, not being able to eat, it disturbs the flow of life. Okay. And I don't want to go naming situations or bringing anything into existence by speaking it, but it could be anything that would just swipe you off your feet. Okay. And cause chaos and the energy of catastrophe to feel like it just hit your life. And so this says that this is happening right now in the near future. And so, whatever that is, understand that when it happens, it's happening for a reason, to reveal some truth. And so I want to treat this card very delicately because I don't know what that situation is that's happening. And so, but I do want you to just be aware and be prepared that something may be just, around the corner. But that's how that fits in the whole picture of things. It comes to offer something more stable, okay? And in the long run, it's offering something more valuable afterwards. And it's clearing things off the board so something positive can be built, okay? Now, when we go to look at your wishes, let's see. When we go to look at your wishes, we have the Chariot card coming out, as we stated. The Chariot card. And the Chariot card is all about self-empowerment. And it's all about triumph. It's all about victory, being able to move yourself towards victory. It's not without work, but it's being able to do the work and be empowered to do what's needed to be done, right? A lot of discipline shows up when we have the Chariot. And so this says that you desire to do something very difficult. That is some type of wish that you've made, where you're wanting to do something that's going to actually, it's not an easy thing, whatever that is that you're requesting right now. And whatever that is can actually be something that you'll need to put in a lot of work and be very disciplined about. This may come along with some obstacles, but the key word here is self-discipline, right? That's what will get the job done. With focus and perseverance, yes, the answer is yes. There's might be a bit of, when we look at this card on the bottom, there's always a dark horse and a white horse showing inner conflict that may show up during this process. And this is something that needs to be dealt with or handled or controlled in order for you to move towards into this energy of success here. Yeah. And so being that there's two horses, that also specifies possibly dealing with two alternate possibilities. However, in order to reach success, there's a need to choose, because you can't straddle, right? You can't go both ways at the same time. And so there is a difficult decision that is met here with the Chariot in achieving this success. Because if you choose not to make a choice and you choose to go both ways, then the chances are you may not reach your desired result, because all of the energy is needed. It will be needed to actually reach the level of success, even for one. And so to spread that between two says that you may be too scattered to give the necessary energy to bring this to pass. So whatever that is, whatever goal that you set, and I'm almost, convinced to believe that this is not going to be some little tiny ask. This is like something big, right? Like I said, this is going to be something where you're going to need to learn how to say no to yourself. A huge amount of self-discipline will be necessary for this, what's being desired here. This could also be wanting to travel as well. It may be wanting to travel. And that may be something that is going to be available as an option here. Hmm. And then lastly, we have the Sun card for the future. As we did state here, the Sun card for the future, which talks about ending in a more than desired state when it comes to um, your future. Now, the immediate future talks about something coming in to shake things up. But when we look at the long term future after everything settles and is rebuilt, it looks like the Sun. And when we look at the Sun, we're talking about the Sun is one of the most desired cards in the deck. It's one of the happiest cards in the deck, the Sun. And it brings happiness and success and triumph. We're talking about, fulfilling relationships. We're talking about happy unions and contentment, prosperity, good health, all across the board. However you imagine happiness showing up for you in life, that's what that Sun represents. In any situation. And so you can feel very confident that if you continue to put your best foot forward, this is going to be the result. If you do not give up, okay? If you don't give up. And so there is a spread for the long-term future. And the Three of Wands heads the spread, okay? Which is that energy, the energy of expansion. Okay, the Three of Wands says that right now you're currently in an energy where you may even be contemplating that. Like, what is it that I want? Like, what do I want to experience next? And I'm more than inclined to believe that for someone, this definitely does have to do with travel. Because now I'm seeing several cards about travel. We have the Three of Wands, the Chariot, and then we also have the World card as well. Yeah. And so for some, this could be, there's some extensive traveling that you're about to do here. You may, in fact, adopt a lifestyle where you will be traveling quite often and be able to go and see different parts of the world. Along with that Three of Wands is the Three of Cups. So we have 3 here, the Eight of Swords, and the King of Swords. And so for someone, first of all, what I'm getting is that your relationships are going to improve drastically with this Three of Cups. If you have not really felt lately a lot of fulfillment and enjoyment with your connections and your relationships, that is about to change. There's decisions that you're making right now that's going to change that. If you felt like a little bit bored and like not really excited about life, that is about to change. The Three of Wands, there's some consideration or some decision that you are pondering on right now that's going to change everything. You may, in fact, find yourself around people that just get you. Like you don't even have to tell them what you're thinking about or what you need or what you desire. They're already going to know because there's going to be like a real deep level connection with these people. And whatever struggles or whatever blocks that you had with these types of fulfillment around life will be released. And in fact, there's going to be like some type of growth that you're going to experience with these opportunities that come in for you. That's going to place you in this really interesting energy. It's almost like you're going to step into this energy where you just become like the expert connection, the expert conversationalist, the expert problem solver, the expert. You're going to be like the go-to person in some type of way for people to come to and get advice and get maybe even instructions, maybe even to have some situations resolved, right? There's going to be like some type of um, energy that you're going to step into here in the future with the King of Swords. Yeah, which I love that. I love that. And so that's what I'm seeing here for the future. Lots of fulfillment for somebody, lots of travel. Things are changing drastically right now. And those things that may be very uncomfortable, just understand that things are changing because they're shifting things for you to have this other experience that's actually going to align with what you're asking for, and maybe even more than what you're asking for, right? And so the changes that are being made, no matter how difficult or challenging, if you understand that these things are working because things are shifting in your favor, it may be a little bit easier to deal with the difficulties of the change that's happening right now because it's changing for you. Okay. Now, in regards to your home specifically, I do see the Nine of Wands. So there's lots of healing, I think, that's happening within your home. Within your home. And it could be your physical home, or it could be like the energy of your home space, like those that are close to you and around you, those that are within your immediate family, right? I do see like healing happening. And this could absolutely be healing that has been needed for quite a while. There may be something about you that is opening and allowing this to happen with the Nine of Wands. The energy of waiting, the energy of healing, the energy of leaving behind this old victim mentality, this old um, scapegoat mentality, this old um, mentality about always, you know, being the unfortunate one. There's something about that being healed in your home, okay? In your home. And then it's followed by the Knight of Pentacles. This is that healing energy, a long time coming. But there's something about where you are right now. This is entering into your space right now, this healing. And so we also have the Queen of Cups, right? There's someone very vital in this transaction that's happening around healing. There may be someone who is pivotal in this healing that's taking place. It may be happening through, right? Someone being positioned to pass this healing through them, allowing this to take place, allowing these issues to come forward and take them and address them and open up, so these things can be healed. There's someone here that stands in a nurturing energy that's going to make this possible. And then the Four of Swords, healing energy, healing energy. I almost feel like a real stillness around your home. And it feels very warm. It feels very warm. And I don't mean warm as in heat. I mean warm as in like inviting energy. And it's crazy because I'm feeling like this very open, inviting energy, and it's maybe confusing to people. And there may be something that feels like confusing and like, what is this? Like, what are you doing? What's happening? Because this is something new that's happening, this energy, this healing energy. So everybody may be a little bit shocked. People may be shocked at what's happening, a little bit distrustful because it's different, but it's definitely healing that's taking place within your home, those closest to you. And so if you are getting nudges about connecting in a different way or bringing people together more often, or you're getting nudges to do something just on the spur of the moment. Know that those are inspirations coming through. Yeah, those are inspirations coming through. This is something about healing coming through right now, and things being very balanced right now. I'm seeing every element in this spread too: fire, earth, water, and air. It's a very balanced. We have the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Four of Swords. Four is bringing balance. The Queen is the nurturing energy. It's water energy doubled. This is a lot of healing energy coming in here. And the Knights are quick to move, even though it's the Knight of Pentacles, it's the slowest pentacle in the deck. This is the Knight that offers that healing energy. And many times this Knight is the shaman. It's the shaman energy. And then the Knight of Wands is bringing in the ending to a certain way that has been, right? A certain way of doing things and opening up to a new way. And so there's some healing that's happening in your home right now. Yeah. And so that's what I'm seeing. What ties all this together is the Queen of Wands. This is the Queen of Wands. And we're just talking about energy, right? We're not talking about he or she. We're talking about energy. And the Queen of Wands is a very warm energy, kind of like the Queen of Cups, that same kind of energy. But there's something very attractive about this energy. And it's very personal. It's very personable, right? This Queen of Wands, it's fire energy. Usually very high in spirit, very cheerful, and very busy because it's Wands energy, it's doing energy. And for the Queen of Wands, there's something about the home that's really important, and something about loyalty and protecting, family. And most of my decks I have, when I look at the Queen of Wands, she's always in this red, fiery, orangish yellow, which is very warm colors. And then there's also cats, right? There's always cats around the Queen of Wands, which talks about the domicile energy, the domestic energy, right? And these cats always, give me the energy of protection around her, and this energy of being free-spirited as well, but protective of the home, family, and friends, and very dependable, loyal, high vibing. And this is an energy that is not afraid to take on a challenge, And so there's something about this energy that is, I feel like the energy that you are in. And so as you move forward, understand this is how spirit is labeling and seeing you, the energy that you've been given to move forward in this time. And of course, all of the queens have a very nurturing energy. And the Queen of Wands is probably the energy that overdoes. And so she might be considered like the universal. Not only will she mother her own, but she's going to mother, all of the kids that need a mother. And she's going to run the errands, and she's going to make sure everybody's fed. It's that kind of energy, good vibes, good at heart and the intentions. And so spirit is showing that this is the energy that you're working with. Okay. And we're not talking about gender. We're just talking about this nurturing energy, which has a purpose. Okay. Sometimes we need protection. She does bring protection, but I'm speaking masculine wise. Sometimes we need structure. Sometimes we need, to be able to create, limits and rules, and sometimes we need nurturing. Spirit is saying this energy that you're entering in, this energy that you are in right now, this is nurturing energy that we're in right now. And it's doing energy, competent energy. That's an understatement. And so this is the energy that Spirit finds you in right now. This is what you can tap into, right? To source what it is that's needed. Okay. Yeah. Very present energy. And so that's what I'm getting. Let's go ahead and get just some last minute advice from Spirit here. So if there's anything else that you would want the viewers to know today, Spirit, what would that be? What would that be? Please and thank you. We're tapping into the Hidden Wisdom deck. Anything else for my viewer? Ooh, okay. There's something about this time right now. Spirit is bringing attention to dreams with the Dream Walker. Spirit is bringing attention to dreams. The Dream Walker. The Wise Woman of Wonderland. And the Sun Dancers. Okay. Spirit is bringing attention to dreams and also to the collective good. And there's something being given in this moment. It could come through as dreams. It could come through as visions. It could come through as just words and messages, symbols, synchronicities. But there's something about understanding and asking what you should actually move on, because there's something being given. There's the intention that you would actually move on it. It's not just being given for fashion, but there's something that's intended for the collective good. And there's a need to know what you need to move on. Okay. There may be lots of information coming through, but ask for the clarity. Okay. And then this is a time too where a lot is being given. Again, a lot is being given, whether we're talking about spiritual, whether we're talking about, practical things, a lot is being given. And what is that saying? To whom much is given, much is required. Like the higher you go, the more of a straight line we may be required to walk, because we're expected to be responsible for what it is that we're being trusted with. So there's something about integrity that needs to be paid attention to here, and not wiggling, not compromising, right? And so I'll just let you take that in and intuit that to mean whatever that means for you, okay? Ask for guidance. And then with the Sun Dancers, we have joyful activity, celebration of life, and abundance, right? To whom much is given, much is required. I feel like Spirit is just reminding you of all of the hard work that you've done. And, the fact that it has not gone unnoticed, neither will it ever. And there's something beautiful coming through here. There is a passing through some difficulties, but that doesn't negate the goodness that's coming towards you, okay? There's definitely a time of celebration that is on the horizon, a time of abundance and just good energy, okay? And so think on those things. Think on those things that are good, that are lovely, that are of good news, and keep your mind. I always like to tell people that are waiting for their promise, keep your head in the clouds, right? Some of the things that's happening below, it doesn't need our attention anyway, right? There's nothing that we can do sometimes to change that. Keep your head in the clouds. That's where your promise is, okay? And so that's what I have for you today. That's what Spirit has. And so I hope this was encouraging, shed some light on some things, and help you to um, move forward more confidently and open up to hope, right? And expectation of what is coming tomorrow. And so, if this is your reading, accept it as yours, claim it as yours. Let me know how it resonates. If it does, like, share, comment, subscribe if you have not. And I will see you all next time. It has been Blood Moon Oracle here with a general life reading. Okay. All right. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate every piece of interaction, and I'm sending that back to you 10 times over. Okay. Joy and abundance back at you. Bye.